it started off in a very different manner. We didn't like I wrote this. I remember I wrote the opening and the closing in English, and I didn't think of making it into a film. I just wrote it just like that as a written piece. Um, and once you let it out, once you let your thoughts out, you think of what you can do with them, or
Hmm.
what you can do with that particular idea that you have in mind. And that's when I spoke to Yaya. I was doing a lot of live stand-up comedy work. I was directing shows. I was editing stand-up videos and stuff. So
Hmm.
I knew what a live performance is like, and I had been to a bunch of venues, and I had seen not a lot, but a couple of poetry shows, and I felt that there could be so much more that could be explored in that art form, which wasn't being explored in terms of the videos that were being put out on YouTube. So the entire storytelling format is what I thought could be portrayed in a better manner, in a more cinematic manner. So that was a trigger, like me being acquainted with live performances, live venues, seeing live poetry, knowing Yaya, and then I had this idea. So everything just, came together. And then I spoke to him, I met him, and I presented this idea to him, and he liked it. And that's how we got started actually on the film. Because we had those 3 months, I spent a lot of time on pre-production.
Hmm.
So a lot of referencing happened. I watched a bunch of short films on Vimeo,
Hmm.
and Wake Up Sid. And
Hmm.
Wake Up Sid is a major reference point actually, in terms of the locations, the venues that I wanted to uh, put in the film.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um and I was very clear that I don't want to do the black and white or sepia tone to show flashback, because that is something that has been done and dusted. So something new had to come in, which gives a sense of memories or nostalgia, but not sepia or black and white. So that's when I thought of this 4:3 look, and I would like to like it's the editor Nikhil Sen. He's he's just fabulous, I think, and he was the one who suggested the rolling shutter effect, the sound effect of it to sound like an old film reel. So that
Hmm.
was his idea. In terms of the storytelling session,
Hmm.
this is as it is. We didn't cut out any portion.
Hmm.
But the backstory, the montage that
Hmm.
we shot, usme we didn't end up using everything, because it was getting too much. We needed breathing space also, because it is a short film, but to create that pace, to be with them, we needed some breathing, मतलब ठहराव जिसको बोलते हैं, we needed some pauses and gaps, which like Yaya is great at his delivery. So we had that in performance, but filling it in with a lot of montages wasn't adding up. The final cut of the film is, I think, 6.5 minutes in duration, and that's what we were happy with. But we also sent it for Mami for dimensions,
Hmm.
where 5 minutes is
Hmm.
like the
Is the
guideline is,
timeline? Yeah.
yeah. So we had to cut out all the pauses for that cut.
Oh.
Yeah, but that, and we didn't put credits in that cut, so we saved on like around a good 1 minute. So we had like a dot 5 minute cut without credits and reduced pauses.
I remember that we were shooting with this one scene और shoot करते करते बारिश शुरू हो गई and then we wanted to run but Karan is like no wait this is looking nice, it's looking nice, continue. And then we
Hmm.
did that
Hmm.
and then we got wet and then we had to wait for a minute for my hair to dry. But I think it was a good scene. वो ना एशियाटिक लाइब्रेरी के बाहर एक scene है, if you remember. We are taking a picture from the phone. I still have those pictures in my phone और वो बहुत बहुत गंदी गंदी selfies है वो बहुत ज़्यादा. But the shot was great. So yay. I knew Yaya before Sheheria, तो we
Hmm.
were good
Hmm.
friends poetry circle के
Hmm.
वजह से.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he told me
Hmm.
कि Karan करके है, he's my senior also and he's a great director and he wants to work on this particular project और ऐसा summary है and they want an actress. Would you do it? And I was like, okay, मतलब, why not? And then I met him, I met Karan, and then he told me, and I really like the idea because one, I love Bombay. I've always lived in Bombay. So I don't know, somehow I connected with the character because tomorrow if someone tells me that I have to leave Bombay, it will be very, very difficult for me because everything I know about life is Bombay, right? From local trains to ragde wali pani puri, which I won't get if I go anywhere else because people use aloo and whatnot. And all of those things. So I really liked the character a lot. And I read the script and I was like, cool, doing it. Yes, let's do it. Karan told us what to do and he's like, just do it. So I think that was really great because we decided how we want to go about it because उसने ऐसा नहीं बोला था कि ऐसे ही react करें because I don't have dialogues in that film तो which is why script essentially उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं थी. I just knew how things are going to happen. बाकी everything is Karan. Like he's put a lot of efforts and I don't know, the reason it looks so good is because of Karan. Karan made everything so comfortable na that I did not feel like I'm acting. He just let us be natural, so it just happened very, very organically, very naturally. So there was no fear as such. There's this small scene जहाँ पे मैं पानी पूरी खा रही हूँ in the ये और एक्चुअली वो भैया ने पानी पूरी बहुत गर्म बनाई थी और वो जो रिएक्शन था ना आई वॉजेंट एक्टिंग वो एक्चुअली मुझे इतनी ज़्यादा गर्म लगी थी कि आई जस्ट स्टार्टेड डांसिंग एंड करण took that shot and he realized कि it's a good shot so he just kept that in the film. So I think ऐसी सारी चीज़ें बहुत हुई है कि उसने बोला है क्या करना है but because actually पानी पूरी गर्म थी it worked somehow. He is a great director. I loved it. Sometimes when I'm home alone now, I just stand in front of the mirror and I imagine कि okay, this is the scene, Jitna, this particular thing is happening to you and how will you react? And I have this little mono act that happens between like me and my mirror. So I think that mono act comes from what I think because I have particular fantasies about how I want my life to be, or maybe some situations that I see myself in, and I want to know how I will actually react when something like that happens. And a lot of times when I'm doing that, if the scene that I've told myself is emotional, I actually do cry. You tell me, Karan, do you want to do a sequel from Jitna's perspective? I would love to. You have to direct it. So say yes.
Karan and I had a conversation. Karan called me up. I met him at his office, and he had this idea. Okay, matlab, he wanted to say this story about a couple and how the city plays a really big part in helping them to be together. So, and it's the story of this guy who's come from another city, which is why the city is so big for him. So he's got a love for the city and for this girl. And I think it's because of his plot. Then I started writing the poem. क्योंकि मैं तो शहर का बंदा हूँ मतलब आई एम फ्रॉम मुंबई तो आई हैव नेवर फेल्ट द फैक्ट कि मतलब अगर आई हैड टू चूज बिटवीन समवन तो आई थिंक इट वाज मेजरली फ्रॉम करंट स्टोरी दैट आई डिराइव्ड ऑल दीज ऑल्दो जो मेटाफर्स या मेटाफर्स नहीं मतलब जो इंसिडेंट्स है जैसे चूल्हे पे पानी उबालना ये जो सारी बातें होती है ये पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस से मैंने देखी है तो आई न्यू के ये कहीं ना कहीं आई कैन ऐड टू हिज स्टोरी. एक तो मैंने करण को काफी ऑब्जर्व किया था एंड आई हैव फ्यू फ्रेंड्स हु आर नॉट फ्रॉम मुंबई तो मैंने एक चीज जो रियलाइज की कि आप जब इस शहर के नहीं होते ना तो आप इस शहर को ज्यादा एक्सप्लोर करते हो क्योंकि आपको लगता है कि आप इस शहर के नहीं हो जब कोई अगर समझो मुंबई की टॉपिक उठाएगा तो यू शुड हैव इनफ थिंग्स टू से सो दे एंड अप एक्सप्लोरिंग मोर ऑफ मुंबई देन अ मुंबई का डज. So which is why they also have like a certain amount of confidence when they talk about travel in Mumbai. बहुत बार like if you stayed in the city. एक सीन आता है जहाँ पर मैं हाथ पकड़ कर चल रहा हूँ जितने का और फिर मैं भीड़ के बाद छोड़ देता हूँ तो लाइक अगर मैं इन माई इनिशियल टाइम में रहता कि मैं मुंबई में जस्ट आया हूँ तो मैं हाथ कभी नहीं छोड़ता क्योंकि मुझ में डर रहता कि अगर हाथ छोड़ दिया तो मैं गुम हो जाऊंगा. What has come to the screen is probably the third draft of the poem. क्योंकि जब मैंने फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट लिखा था तो इट केम फ्रॉम माय पर्सपेक्टिव तो व्हाट आई सी एज मुंबई इज लाइक आई वुडंट से इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट बट उसमें थोड़ा हल्का फर्क है जैसे पिक्चर में दिखाया गया तो फिर कमिंग टू दैट पॉइंट टिल द थर्ड ड्राफ्ट इट टुक अस अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ 1.5 months. Things about pause work and everything has always been in my poems because again I come from the space जहाँ पर मैं कॉलेज में थिएटर करता था and everything. So like I have an idea. तो मैं हमेशा वो pause work और ये सब तो has always been important for my work itself. But जब हम ये रिकॉर्ड कर रहे थे I remember like the initial 4 takes that we had taken before lunch. They were not going really great. And I was like, I saw Karan and Karan was just like, अब पता नहीं कितना टाइम लगेगा. And then Karan and I had a small chat when he's like, bro, just be natural, कोई stress नहीं है ऐसा वैसा. एंड आई जस्ट वेंट लाइक डिफिकल्ट क्यों हो रहा है, मतलब दिस इज समथिंग आई डू ऑन अ रेगुलर बेसिस, मुझसे इतना मुश्किल क्यों हो रहा है करने में. तो आई थिंक इट वाज आल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट कि मैं बन के कर रहा था, मैं अपने पर्सनल स्पेस में जाकर कर रहा हूँ, अपने हिसाब से
Hmm.
कर रहा हूँ, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो जो इमोशन है जिस तरीके से करण चाहता था वो नहीं आ रहा था. So then I thought for like 10-15 minutes. I sat with the lines. I said कि अच्छा ठीक है, यहाँ पर ऐसे करना है, यहाँ पर वैसे करना है. And then I went up to Karan and I told him अच्छा ठीक है, अब ये टेक तो बहुत बढ़िया आएगा और इसमें एक सरप्राइज है, ठीक है, आप कट मत बोलना. तो द सरप्राइज वाज के वो जो एक पॉइंट आता है जहां पर हम जितना की तरफ लाइक हम पोएम में रिवील करते हैं कि जितने ऑडियंस में बैठी है. तो द फर्स्ट वे दैट वी हैड इमेजिन्ड इज के पोएम खत्म होगी और फिर मैं वापस अपने वो लाइंस शुरू करूंगा कि एक मैं कैसे छोड़ दूं. इट वाज नेवर अबाउट के आई टेक अ पॉज एंड देन आई लुक एट हर एंड आई से के अब किसी और से नहीं तुमसे बात कर रहा हूँ. तो वो मैंने एक्चुअली वो ऑन स्पॉट किया था एंड करण लाइक दैट पार्ट के आई सडनली जस्ट सेड कि आप किसी और से नहीं तुमसे बात कर रहा हूँ आफ्टर अ पॉज एंड इज लाइक हाँ चलो अच्छा है. हमारे जो साउंड इंजीनियर थे भाई, वो बंदे ने जो काम किया है वो like he sat through the whole day and he would also point out कि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है यहाँ पर कुछ फंबल हुआ है या वैसा. क्योंकि आप जब नेचुरली सुन रहे हो, लाइक हम जब अभी बात कर रहे हैं तो आप नेचुरली सुन रहे हो तो कहीं ना कहीं आप फंबल्स मिस आउट कर दोगे, बट द साउंड गाय इज गॉट हिज ईयरफोन्स प्लग्ड इन, वो प्रॉपर फुल वॉल्यूम पे सुन रहा है तो वो बेटर पॉइंट आउट कर देता है. तो आई थिंक दैट वाज ग्रेट फॉर अस.
I've been getting a couple of like not couple more than like a lot of comments on the
Ah.
film and like really happy with the reception.
Great, great,
Yeah,
great,
and
great,
I would
great.
like to thank Whitewall and Film Companion. It means a lot for independent filmmakers and the entire cast and crew who's worked on this film. So really want to take this moment to thank you and Film Companion and Rahul and also the entire team who was like who made Sheheriyatum happen.